Hello everyone, this is Eva and you're watching Israeli startup channel ISUP. So today, Startup is up. So we're with Oren Simanian, who's the founder of Startup, and we're going to have a nice interview with him. So Startup is a Tel Aviv entrepreneurship center. Oren, could you please explain more about Startup?
So as Eva mentioned, Startup is Tel Aviv University Entrepreneurship Center, and Startup is startup for startups. I actually decided to establish Startup because I knew that there is a gap between what we know as students and what exists, and how do we need to build our future as entrepreneurs. So I decided in 2007 to start exploring and to understand a little bit more what really happens in sense of entrepreneurial ecosystems in the universities and out of the universities, and how young entrepreneurs, which can be the age of mine or the age of my grandma, will take their idea and develop it to the next level. Bootstrapping, I tried to convince people around me at the university and outside that it is important to have an entrepreneurship center, to work together with entrepreneurs and to guide them. So we are talking about the time before we've launched the book Startup Nation. I knew that around there is a buzz, that Israel is very successful, but there wasn't a one-stop shop, one place to come and actually to try to think whether I am an entrepreneur, how can I be an entrepreneur, if someone can really get the skills of entrepreneurship. And I decided step by step to establish the center. Talking today and looking to the past, it's very difficult, and strange for me to see where I was 4 years ago and where I am today. And in the last, I would say 4, almost 5 years, we developed here a very stable and unique system that assists entrepreneurs through a very successful funnel. So at the beginning, we will meet entrepreneurs that are coming to our conferences, meetings, and there are a lot of events that we run here at Startup. So at the newbies, the early stage entrepreneurs, we come to those areas to meet other entrepreneurs, locals like them. They don't really know what's entrepreneurship all about, but they want to gain some background. And then at the funnel, they will come to the events, and then they will come to our courses, to the education system, to get more hands innovation, and their hands on the innovation. And finally, we will take out of there the sherry, the good ones that we find that are the A teams, that are flexible, they have the abilities, and also have some good idea, good venture to work on. So we will try to guide them one-on-one in a very specific, unique way. So in the last 4 years, we had entrepreneurs that arrived from all over the world to Israel to study entrepreneurship. We educated in the last 2.5 years more than 3,000 entrepreneurs in different unique programs that finally we find it interesting, changing, innovating, and I'm daily thinking how to innovate and how to create new programs in innovation, in entrepreneurship, which feels excited every day.
So it's an accelerator program.
So there are several programs here. When we are talking about the accelerator classic program, it means that entrepreneurs are coming for something like 4 months, getting mentoring, working as a team, and getting also some small budget. Here we don't give the budget. It's of course it's an acceleration program, but not in sense of building the product, but more in sense that building the people, building the entrepreneurs themselves. Because I believe that the most important thing is the people. And at the beginning, when you start, it's not about if we have this program or that this product or that product, but if we have the right team to work, if we have the flexible team, if we have people that match together, and they can drink beer at night and also work 17 or 16 or 15 hours a day, and they know how to bridge the gap between them. We are focusing and trying to assist people to become more experienced once they started.
Is that why, because you're focusing so much on person as an entrepreneur, is that why you're focusing on also like education?
It's true, education is very important, because talking about education, when we refer to the academia, it means, okay, to study all the theory and how it works on the books. Here it's hands-on innovation. As you met Yanki Margalit 2 days ago, which was amazing, surprising, inspirational. We really want people to absorb, our students, our graduates, the people that participate in our programs, to absorb what's innovation, the atmosphere, the cut of the chase, to take it to the next level in a very, they say in Spanish, al grano, in Hebrew we say tachles. We want people to be very lean, to be efficient. And this is what we teach here. How to really do it.
Really practical.
Practical. It's all about hands-on innovation. And there isn't in entrepreneurship one truth. It's not mathematics. You will take what you feel that fits for you, and I will take what I think that is good for me.
Yes.
But we have to let the people choose and to show them the options.
I also know about this expansion possibility to Asia, and can you explain us more about that?
So we see other very successful collaboration between Israelis and other markets, like in South Korea. So people here feel very comfort to go into Asia. There are a lot of technologies, research that is a mutual research between Israel and South Korea. And we daily think, how do we connect more entrepreneurs, more ideas, more innovation to more, I would say, better market, to more cooperation with our partners in South Korea. Of course, on the investment side, there are a lot of available startups that are looking for funds. So approaching investors from South Korea is also something that we would like to develop more. This possibility for Israeli startups with South Korean investors would be very good for us. So as I said, on the investment side, on the research side, on the academia, everything is open, because as we see from your program, it's doing amazing.
Yes, there's a big opportunity between two countries. So can you explain us more about this Korea-Israel startup program that you're having 15 young delegates?
So first of all, we are pleased to have you and your colleagues here with us. Actually, it's something that started with the embassy, the South Korean embassy here in Israel, the initiative, and this was something that we talked about many months before. We understood that there is a natural possibility to connect the Israeli and the South Korean market, but it doesn't really start always top down. Sometimes it starts bottom up, with you, with me, working together side by side.
Yes.
So the government in South Korea choose the right candidates to come to Israel, and before I will get into the program, I can say that the feedback that I'm getting from the field is super interesting. For Israelis to meet South Korean entrepreneurs, people that want to build the network, want to know more of how it works, I get amazing feedback. And these feedbacks tomorrow will bring business, will bring investments, vice versa, for both sides. We'll develop both of the markets. So the students are studying here at Startup. What's entrepreneurship, as we said before, hands-on innovation. And then there are also, part of them are training at startup companies, at places that they can gain knowledge. So we have one intern here, even at Startup, which is Rini.
Yes.
And Rini is developing something amazing. She's thinking of how to build something that is similar to Startup in South Korea. So it's kind of nice for us. I think that here we started building a very stable connection between the startup ecosystem in South Korea and the startup ecosystem in Israel. And we will see it through the media that it's going to happen, and we'll see it through investments that are going to happen. And I'm sure that there is a very green pathway that we are working through.
What do you think is an entrepreneurship?
As I said before, entrepreneurship, it's about doing. It's about, some people say, taking the risk, yes or no. Some people say it's about investing your own money. And I said entrepreneurship is when you want to do something, when you have an idea, go for it. This is being an entrepreneur. It's not saying, oh, it's nice, I'm not sure, maybe it's going to work, maybe not. It's about doing. And not only to create revenue, because we saw a lot of amazing initiatives that are non-profit organizations, and it's also entrepreneurship. It's about doing, it's about changing, it's about creating. And I will say that the most important results for entrepreneurship is creating jobs, which creating jobs is creating economy. So when people ask me how much money you raise for startup, I said this is not the right question to ask. The right question is to ask is how many jobs you created. People ask me after my lecture, okay, how do we start? What do we do? So it starts from the early beginning, from the early stage, when people are really young, to educate them. When universities, in each university you have a career center. Why don't you have an entrepreneurship center? Because you can choose whether to go and work for the big conglomerates, the corporates, and we know them all, and you can choose to develop your own independent pathway that tomorrow will possibly create jobs if you succeeded to. The beginning is more than 50% of the way. It's more than 50%. So you have to start. So entrepreneurship is about doing, and building economy is about doing, and it's all rely on entrepreneurship.
What message do you want to transfer to young entrepreneurs or all the students?
That it's never late. Look at the big ones that looks, as I said before, very big, very far, and as a one person, believe that you are the one that can sit tomorrow at a big office or a small office, it doesn't really matter, but you did a lot, and look at your past and think, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I took the chance, because it's never late to go and be an employee, and it's never late to go back and decide to do other things in your life. But once you find that you want to do something, start doing it. You don't have to put all in the first phase. Check the validation, yeah? Before you jump into the pool, make sure that there is water there. Make sure that you will be able to swim there. But nothing is 100% sure. If it was sure, it wasn't an experience. An experience is entrepreneurship. Most of the chances that we are going to fail, but the toolbox that entrepreneurs are going to gain through the way of entrepreneurship is amazing. What I've gained, the failing is more important than the success at the beginning. So in Israel, we like people that fail because we know that they have experience. Okay?
Yes.
So once you started, once you decided and you started, you know that you're already there. Go on. So students, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Take the risk. Jump to the full water when you know you can swim, and good luck with it.
It was really nice to have Oren Simanian. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.
Ciao.